Hi, welcome to the Andrew Buckle Book Review channel. Instead of a review, I'm going to discuss a new change to eBay. You may know that I've been decluttering a few of my books on eBay, and the reason I wanted to discuss this, eBay has introduced today, it seems, it certainly wasn't there previous days, a new feature that's really odd, very odd feature called simple delivery. In principle, it sounds a great idea. What they want to do is make certain that everything is sent, tracked, and therefore people know there's some protection. Also, they know that they get and all those sort of things. You know, you get the book. Well, the simple delivery looks great, but unfortunately, there seems to be a few little quirks to it that at the moment I'm not really sure about, and I would love to hear your opinions about it because obviously I don't want to be spouting just my opinions. It would be nice as a community that if you use eBay and selling, that maybe you have some idea about this as well. If you put a book on at the moment, I've been going with what is now called custom delivery or advanced delivery. And basically, I've been selling it as tracked 48 postage, and I do it free delivery. So it's just, which I think is perfectly fine. I'm happy with that, perfectly reasonable. But now with simple delivery, there seems to be an option where you've got no real control over what the service that you're going to be using. And I want to use Royal Mail. That's it. I do not want to use, for any of my books, every Yodel or Whistle or all the millions of others. I'm certainly fine. No criticism of any of those services. I've had some fun with some of them, but I'm happy with the tracked 48 service. Also, the pricing. Now, with a book, and I'm just going to pick a book up here. Now, I don't know how much this is. Now, looks like, because of the way it's done, I'm going to have to weigh all my books putting them up with, obviously, when I put them on. Whereas afterwards, before, I've always been going afterwards, where I weigh it, of course. I got a rough idea this is going to be over 2 kilograms. Therefore, I put that into the transaction, the price. So I know if I'm putting it on there for £6, I put it on there as 12 because of postage and packaging, which is about £6.60 odd. So I add that into the equation. Now I really have to check because though I could, obviously I'm doing it still free postage. You can do that. You can still do free postage. But I don't know. What if the price is actually more than what I say it is? And it's done so I do have to check. But unfortunately, that wouldn't be an issue if I was posting this book like this. Of course, I don't post the book like that. Might be nice if I could just slap a sticker on it and then just send it. Be a lot quicker. But I don't think it would go through the postal system, particularly in a great state, and people might complain. The dust jacket might be ripped a bit. So now I've got to work out how much the wrapping's going to cost. I mean, additional, because it's fine when it's like 980 grams. Sorry, I should say it's fine when it's 900 grams, because you know that probably the wrapping and the bubble wrap, and I put a lot of bubble wrap on, will be probably still under that 1 kilogram or whatever. But now, unfortunately, if it's 980, it's possible it's going to go over. Now, I don't know at this point. Might be less, it might be more. So I've got this prepaid postal entry for it, which may be wrong. Now, do I then think, well, let's just play safe all the time? Because obviously I look at it and think it's about 920. I better go for the higher option. Now, maybe I'm looking at this all wrong, but to me, that seems a bit, because now the pricing's odd. Before, Royal Mail tracked 48, the option was up to 2 kilograms, was I think £3.39. Don't hold me on that. I know the price is going to go up fairly soon in April, but it goes 2 kilograms. Weirdly, there's this weird thing where you got up to 1 kilogram and 1 kilogram to 2 kilograms, and the price is exactly the same. I can't work the logic of that out, but that's the way Royal Mail does it. But now the eBay system has taken that slightly different. Under a kilogram, it's, I think, £2.94. Again, do not hold me on any of these prices, but that's the price I think it is, £2.94. above 1 kilogram, up to 2 kilograms, the price is now £3.70 or something. That sort of price, which is actually more than, than Royal Mail was offering. And I want to use Royal Mail. But is it because of Every, I don't know, or the other ones, that they've gone for a higher price for that range of the weights? I haven't even checked the one above, because I do have occasionally book, and I imagine the odd, Egg Rice Burrows one, that will probably be over 2 kilograms. It feels like over 2 kilograms, as much like, I never can tell exactly, but got a reasonable thing that that's going to be more. So again, you've got to know how much it is with wrapping. I mean, do you wrap them up when you put them onto eBay? So you have to stamp on, the reference number, you book what it is, and all that sort of stuff. That's going to be in the ERB one, or, so I have a reference number and all those sort of things to keep, so I know exactly where to find it and to send it off to the right person. Just seems to be a bit more confusing the way with this simple delivery feature, which doesn't seem to be making it simple, personally. Now, I might be totally wrong. Please put in the comments below. Do you think it's a good idea? Do you see that I'm actually trying to make a mountain out of, or whatever it was, a molehill? Those sort of things. Because maybe I am. I mean, it took me a long time to actually go with Royal Mail. I used to just take it along and post it in the shop, which was a hassle. Lots of people, I've noticed it in bags. Maybe that's even a better solution. They put it in a bag and ship off loads. I don't know if that saves a lot or not. But and also then, of course, it took me a bit of a while just to think, well, you know what, I'll go with the eBay system as well. And that worked quite nice. I was very happy with it. But now they've introduced this simple maybe it might be infinitely better. And I might be, worrying about nothing. So please, any comments about it? If you sell any of your books or other things on eBay, have you noticed today, and it's only appeared today as far as I can see, and I couldn't really find much on the web about simple delivery. I mean, their wonderful service with, the frequently asked questions, I actually came away with more questions, a bit more confused from reading it than before. It wasn't particularly, it's fine if you are this ideal seller that matches exactly what they do it. But the way I do it, I've always done it, obviously pre-postage and all that sort of stuff, packaging, etc., etc. Therefore, it doesn't seem to match what I like to do. And that's a pity. I find if you're doing this, it's nice to. But I also noticed that there is a simple delivery, and they've got a sidebar, a bit of it next to a custom delivery or advanced delivery. However, even in the space of a day, I noticed that this morning I had the two boxes side by side, simple delivery and custom or advanced, I think it was. You got that. Then I've noticed later when I was doing them, suddenly it changed into just a link. So it sort of downgraded a bit. You had massive simple delivery and a link, which I'm always a bit worried about, because at that point it seems to be downgrading and downgrading and down. And as soon as something gets downgraded to, well, no one ever clicks it because they don't see it. They might not, they see the big simple delivery, so they click that. By doing that, forcing people to go, it basically means that the old service, the custom or whatever system will go, possibly. Because I think that generally what happens, like train service or anything, no one uses it. Well, yeah, because you sort of shoved it over to platform 493. So no one's going to go over they go to platform 1 or 2. Not going to go over platform 480. It might be a better service, but you're not going to use it because it's so far away. But it's the same sort of thing. Just downgrade it a bit, downgrade it a bit, downgrade, and make it hard to see on the form at all, eventually. And then we've all got simple delivery, which people may or may not want. Now, I'd be curious to know, Vinted, does Vinted do something similar to this simple delivery? Is that the reason that eBay have suddenly introduced this feature of simple delivery? Now, I can understand why eBay does all these things. Obviously, they're thinking to obviously make as much possible money as possible. Perfectly reasonable. They're obviously a company that wants to do that. But it just seems to be, for me, slightly an odd choice, odd restriction, and I was happy with the tracked in the first place. They didn't need to force me to go for tracked. I've always been happy with track service. I liked track service. When I post stuff, I want to know that the thing has been dispatched. I want to know it's going through the system. I want to know it's in Middlesbrough or wherever, and it's going off to some other place. And I want to have a little picture of that it's gone through that person's door and that the person's reading it and all those sort of things. And it's all packaged perfectly. Nice video, film, all those sort of things. No, hasn't gone that far yet. Maybe drones. They'll do drones or something at some point. But maybe a drone has just landed on my roof. I just heard a lot of noise there. Probably a pigeon. But it just makes you wonder how things change. But Track 48, I think, is a good service. Very happy with it. Just a bit baffled by this change. Please put in the comments below if you've noticed this issue. Maybe you don't see an issue at all. Please subscribe, like or dislike. I won't do too many videos like this, but I probably will do occasionally on eBay and selling stuff, because obviously I am selling odd items and been doing decluttering. Now, I have got a decluttered channel, but I put a similar sort of video on the same subject on there. I'm just curious, just a bit shorter one, but just curious to see if it gets more or less views as well. Sometimes I always, a channel that's got no subscribers, no what's no, just interesting to just see what happens with the listings and views, etc. Or not. Maybe no one will watch this one as well. Anyway,